Hey, welcome back, gamers. This is Cryptic Game, and you are watching Banished Souls. So we're just a few hours away from the new update. What is that going to look like? Well, it sounds like Zamaharabu may be sailing on according to the Ubisoft information. Today is the last day that we can see him, at least for a while. My guess is it's going to make more appearances through the past, so you can continue getting those scales, but we are going to be getting the Rogue Man Godin released to us as well. So that's going to be great. Now, what other type of news are we looking at within this patch? They've been kind of tight-lipped on it, but some of the things that we can expect is they're supposed to be doing some work on the chat system still. So for those who've used in-game chat, you probably have heard that slight buzz that comes into it. So that's supposed to be getting worked on as well. I'm expecting to see some other patches. Apparently there was something that was kicking out console players when they would load into a new screen like we just did coming in. I don't know if you've experienced where it kicks you completely out of the game. It happens sometimes. Or maybe you're fast traveling to another dock to St. Anne or wherever, and you end up getting kicked back to the home screen on your console. They're supposed to be getting that worked out tonight, so that's going to be great as well. It seems like they're actually listening to what is going on in the game, which is awesome. So that's always one of the things you can look at to see if a game is going to be successful, is what type of a response they have to fixing things. Yeah, so they're supposed to be working on some of these world chat privacy settings. Is what I'm expecting is going to happen. As to what they mean by privacy settings, it's kind of hard to say. There's been nothing about the Helm. I don't expect to see that going back to the way that it was. I know it would have been a little more convenient for people, probably better accepted if it had been one of those situations where your tens had stayed what they were and they hadn't nerfed all that back to where it should be. But like I said, it seemed like it was paying out kind of high to me anyway. I mean, we're up to 412,000 pieces of 8 just from collecting, and our weekly is 455, so we're doing pretty good. Now, I went from 1,100 in the leaderboard weeklies to about 455. We've definitely been climbing up the ranks into seasonal as well, so I think a lot of people have either stopped running 8s, or it's because of the simple fact that you're not pulling in 80,000 from just St. Anne anymore. So unless you sit there and let those build up. But yeah, so one of the best ways to farm, I know that's one of the questions we get a lot. What's the greatest way to farm silver in this game? We posted videos, so rather than posting video, I'm going to talk you through it. Come in here to the order registry. This is where you would sell your skull products, such as the black snuff, the gold skull rum, the white skull rum, your gin, and stuff like that. So what I typically do is I load up every single registry I have. And I'll have a few friends get on as well, because you want to bring as many ships as possible into that situation. And you're going to come in and just farm your way to these locations where you would drop off. Don't drop off. Shoot the Helm ship and then cancel the contract rather than selling skull products to the island locations. So like this Kirkuk Terrapong, it would actually have you go up, talk to one of the smuggler liaisons to sell your products. So don't bother with that. You just farm as long as you want to. When you're done, you can cancel out those contracts, come down to the southern basin if that's where your actual roving location is. Shoot that Helm ship. You're going to get your 8s and complete those as well. So that's really the best way that I've seen. You're going to get a lot of Helm materials. You can see our silver's up over 1 million. We have somewhere around the vicinity of 8 million. That's from 3 days of farming that out, an hour or two a day, getting those Helm materials so we can come into our Helm. We're going to have to do some more of that farming probably this evening after the reset. We're going to hit Man Godin and stuff, probably load some of that stuff up. The Road Man Godin, that's supposed to be a red ship from the understanding that I've been getting. Again, tight-lipped on Ubisoft, not really sure. But you can see we've got pretty much all of that stuff processed now into gold products. And then, of course, we would fast travel over here to our Talak Panjara. And you want to make sure that you keep these running all the time. Now, you may run out of materials. That's fine. You can still pick up your deliveries and just shoot the liaison. You're not going to get the double and sometimes triple payouts from that, unfortunately. But you will still get those materials as well. And if you get yourself where you have a wanted level by the Helm, it's going to cause Helm ships to be coming into you. When I say Helm ships, we're talking about Helm Rogues. They're the black sails with the gold and silver trim. That is the Helm. And when you destroy those, you're going to get those materials. So you want to make sure you blow up Liaison, load up as many of those contracts as possible. That's going to give you a situation where every ship that you shoot and that it's spawning there, that's not your normal NPC ship. You're going to be able to get a lot of materials. You're going to get the Helm products. You're going to be able to get silver. You're going to get silver boxes. You're going to get commodities that you can take and sell for silver as well. So a lot of really good aspects in the game there. So it looks like we actually can make... Let's go ahead and finish bringing these up. Yes, we definitely need to do some farming today, but understand all it takes is just a couple of hits and you can actually get this stuff going, and it'll run through the night, come in the next day, start bringing it to the next scale of the product. But you want to keep them running. That's going to give you the silver that you need to keep those 8s running. Now, if you have come into a situation where you have all of India, all of St. Anne, all of Africa, and everything is 10s, then hey, you've probably been hurting when it comes to silver. You can see everything in St. Anne's 10. Then we have some of our key locations in Africa that we've opened up to 10s. Still a few more to catch over here. We got a few over here in India that's been popping up. We want to make sure we get those connecting points to make it worth raising to 10 before we actually bother that. So that's something else I'll be working on here maybe. But really, St. Anne's pulling in plenty. Within a day period, I could pull in between 86 to 90,000 pieces of 8, filling up these 10 warehouses and just making one delivery pickup because of the size of these banks, man. I mean, you're looking at 4,500, so not too bad. Yes, it's still expensive to fund the 10s, but say we've been keeping them funded. Anytime they run out, we got it down on a timer where it comes out. Now you can have where they all run out at the same time. I do mine in 3 stages. So one stage will be this side of St. Anne. Another stage will be the bottom section of St. Anne. And then the third stage will be everything that's over here on the top of St. Anne coming into the African Peninsula here. So that's up to you how you want to do that. That helps to at least make so it doesn't seem like the cost is so high. And it takes 6 days for... You basically got, I think it's 49 hours, 2 days and an hour on a funding. So you're going to be funding every couple days, and within 6 days you should be coming up to refunding again and stuff, depending on how you run that. But I've not had any issues with it. Seems like it's been pretty good. Hope you caught our PvP video. So a lot of us, we put our flags on. If you're wondering how do you find a PvP server, you want to raise your flag and then you want to leave out of the game and then come back in. Then it's going to match you into servers that just have PvP players typically, and you're going to be able to fight. If you come in with a group and you're seeing an individual ship, typically the way we approach that, we were asked that in one of our questions here on YouTube. The way we approach it is typically one of our guys who wants to test their build out will come in and deal with it. Now, if they run into a situation where the ship is too strong, we do fight as a team. So we are a conglomerate of pirates, and we fight as one when needed. We typically work together on everything. Then of course we do our solo play as well. But if you're interested in joining a group of really great players, man, just some of the nicest people you'll meet, understand they're viewers just like you that have come over and wanted to join up. We've formed a heck of a team, man. We've been doing fantastic with it. Definitely shoot me a message in the comments and I'll get you a Discord link where you can join up. We'll invite you into the group. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day. We're going to see y'all again this evening after the reset. And go find this new Roadman Godin and break down exactly what it is that they put in the patch. I expect there's going to be a lot of stuff that they're not really telling us yet. They haven't released those patch notes yet. That typically a couple hours before the patch actually comes through, you can start to find that information. So definitely check back for all the details. We will talk to each of you later. Enjoy the rest of the channel. There's all kinds of ship builds and battle scenarios and formation runs. Anything you think of, we've got it in here. Have a good day.